Bruh, look at that, y'all.
We're the only Detroit-style pizza place in LA where you can build your own vegan pizza, you can build your own pizza, just period.
Welcome back, family. I'm excited to have y'all here today. We are in Hollywood, California, trying what some of y'all are saying is some of the best pizza, period, in LA. This is Detroit-style pizza, authentic Detroit-style pizza. My brother Hunter's in here. Like, comment, subscribe, and let's get in here and see the food.
What's up, baby?
What
How's
up,
it going,
baby? I heard you got that fire.
Oh yeah, you already know. Come on back to the kitchen.
Going inside to see the behind the scenes of these heaters.
Let's go. We use grande mozzarella, whole milk, about 6 ounces go on each pie. We do Detroit-style pizza, and you can see like the cheese is getting all the way to the edge. That ends up giving it like a caramelized cheese crust, and that's a main characteristic of a Detroit-style pizza. Our sauce also goes on top of the cheese. That's also a characteristic of Detroit-style pizza. You see that in a lot of New York-style pizza places. A lot of really high-quality pizza places kind of do it that way. Just because I like when the sauce kind of cooks a little bit in the oven versus it going on hot after. It gives it a little bit more of a soupy taste, and you just get the sauce on top. Whereas when you have the sauce right after the cheese, it kind of all melds together and kind of creates that perfect consistency that people kind of know and love in pizza.
No vegan, thank God.
We have vegan pizzas. These are not vegan options, yeah. So we do a pizza called the V8. It's just vegan cheese. It's follow your heart vegan cheese. We put 7 ounces on each dough and goes through the oven. You know, get whatever you want. You want meat on dairy, we got that. Don't have any vegan meats, nothing like that, but feel free to add any kind of toppings you want. We're the only Detroit-style pizza place in LA where you can build your own vegan pizza, you can build your own pizza, just period. You don't got to add on toppings to our specialties. You can customize it any way you want it. We probably have over 1,000 different combinations.
Bouncing to the menu with my brother Hunter. A couple menu items that are inspired from maybe back home or just have a cool story.
Right, so a lot of them are all based on either cars or Detroit kind of centric things. You know, you got the Detroiter kind of classic, just pepperoni, aged parm, OG, classic cheese pizza. That's kind of what we call cheese pizzas back home. And then everything else is like the Corvette, based on a car that, you know, originally made in Michigan. The Supremes, based off of the group from Michigan. We love playing Motown in here. Eastern Market, famous farmers market back in Detroit. The Stafford, in homage to Matt Stafford, who plays for the Rams, used to play for the Lions, kind of that LA to Detroit connection. The Viper, another car. MCDC, Motor City Dan Campbell, head coach Detroit Lions. Depot Bagel was our GM's just kind of take on a bagel sandwich from back home. Aretha Margarita, that is the queen of soul. Aretha Franklin times the margarita, which was the queen of Italy. If you know anything about how pizza started, first pizza was named after her. Just kind of combine those two. Both queens, bada boom, bada bing.
So the first pizza was named after a queen? Is that what you said?
Yeah, so like Neapolitan pizza makers, they always make this pizza called the margarita pizza. Normally it has San Marzano tomatoes, buffalo de mozzarella, and fresh basil on it. But the first pizza that was made for the queen was called the margarita because it was for her. And that was allegedly what was originally on it. Who knows? But, you know, that one's up there for sure. The 04 Pistons, the Going to Work Pistons, you know, they just kind of represented all of what the city's about. And they were a team, right? Like, everybody had their equal parts. They didn't have a star, and they ended up beating the Lakers, unfortunately, that year. But we still love the Lakers. We still love Kobe and Shaq. But that was our squad. Probably the Lions NFC Championship photo that artists from back in Detroit did. So yeah, that was first year we were actually good, you know, in a long time. So went to that game, so it really meant a lot to me. So put it up in here.
Got to, amazing. Stay tuned for the food, y'all. Stay tuned.
Bottled in Detroit and shipped here, but Faygo is like just classic Detroit soda pop is what we call it. Got the A&W in there because it's one of my favorite root beers.
Yeah, classic.
And then, you know, Coke, Diet Coke. But yeah, Faygos are like all-time classic. If you're from Michigan, you know what Faygo is. Or if you like ICP, coincidentally, the Insane Clown Posse, I guess not very familiar, but I guess one of their guys used to just double chug Faygos on the stage. So they're also famous from them. All right, Miles, you ready?
Yeah. Sheesh. Well, let me take the mic off and give him that ASMR.
Oh yeah.
Sheesh, look at that, y'all. Beautiful. Look at that thing. Absolute beauty right there.
This is the Detroiter.
Sheesh, look at that, y'all. Amazing. Smell cam 2078. I'm working on it. Sheesh. If y'all could only smell what I'm smelling, this is the position you would be in. Thanking the food gods. Which of these two is your favorite, bro? If you had to choose, I know it's tough.
If I had to choose, I'd go with like the everyday, so I'd go with the Detroiter. Stafford, definitely like top 3 favorite pies that we make here. Maybe top 3 favorite pies all time.
Amazing. 4 pieces, that means only me eating all 4. Beautiful. Here with the chef, the owner, the man himself, Hunter. Y'all saw what he got us. Let me give him a close-up.
The Stafford, so it's gonna have local LA sausage from Maestro Sausage Company, a little bit of whole milk ricotta, and then caramelized onion jam on there.
Can't beat that. The classic.
The classic, the Detroiter. So this is just gonna have our pepperoni from Izzo Sausage Company, our marinara sauce, and our grande cheese, and just the classic Detroiter pepperoni pizza, a little bit of aged parm on top. Honestly, can't go wrong with that one.
I'm gonna start with this, bro.
Yeah, for sure.
Not gonna lie to you. An immaculate. It looks insane. Ooh. Bro.
It's pretty good.
Oh my goodness. The sweetness doesn't even overpower it in every bite. And then you also get the smokiness from the meat. Like, bruh, what? Oh my God.
80% of our business goes takeout delivery.
This is in your future.
We got the boxes for it. Super
Bruh.
tall boxes, so you're not gonna crunch the top of your crust.
And the crunch on these, come on.
That's the best part, in my opinion, about a Detroit style pizza is that the crispiness on the edge and that like caramelization of the cheese. Like a lot of people don't like regular crust, right? And they like will throw it off. Like nobody's throwing this crust off. You get toppings all the way to the edge.
Absolutely.
You know, cheese all the way to the edge. Nothing better.
This is one of the better slices I've had in Los Angeles, for sure. All right, I gotta get into this one too.
Yep.
That ain't going out of my sight. It's out of the camera, but it ain't going out of my sight. I'm not even touching the ranch. You don't need it. Standalone pizza, like it stands alone. You don't even need to add anything. You can, but you don't need to. Got an interesting story about how you found the spot and then how you ended up here.
Yeah, so we were working with a broker and, you know, he showed us a lot of really good properties that we just never were able to close the deal on. And I just happened to be scrolling on Facebook Marketplace and all of a sudden found this spot right on Franklin Ave, Franklin and Argyle. In Hollywood, not super close to the Walk of Fame, far enough away where you're not gonna get caught. There's parking. Which is key. Ooh. You don't find that in Hollywood.
For real. Free parking too.
Free parking.
Bruh.
Appreciate it. It's a classic.
The sauce and the dough are just so fresh. And the tomato sauce itself, refreshing. So it's not too sweet. It's tangy, but it's not too tangy. It's balanced, bro. It's that Simone Biles. Balance. Balance, bro.
Simone Biles reference. You're killing me. Love that. The sauce, super simple. Just a little bit of oregano, garlic, tomatoes. You know, nothing too crazy. Stanislaus tomatoes from Stanislaus County, California.
Have you always loved pizza? Or how long did it take you to kind of get everything perfected where you're like, okay, it's time for me to sell this to the masses?
Yeah, so definitely always loved pizza for sure. Worked at Domino's growing up a little bit. Worked at a couple other pizza places. Exceptional pizza is where you're like, wow, am I a pizza nerd or a pizza snob? Yeah, I am. Finally was like, hey, I want to start a food truck. Started doing Neapolitan style pizzas at first. Then COVID happened. Wanted to create something that was a little more authentic to kind of who I was. Something that could deliver. Neapolitan style pizzas take a little bit long to get to you, They dry out, they're just not as good. Those are like meant for sitting down, like in-house. You shouldn't really be getting those delivered. Detroit style pizza, what I grew up on, always good for delivery. And at the time, people couldn't sit down, so we started doing Detroit style pizza in a small town in Michigan, and all of a sudden now I'm in the Hollywood Hills in LA. I don't know how that happened. Shout out to my co-founder, Zach Weigel.
Shout out to you and the hustle and the vision though too, bro.
Appreciate it,
A lot of people, you know what I mean, coming from...
That was a solid dap.
Hey, you know what I mean? Unity, bro. It is what it is. Diversity.
It is what it is. It is.
And I love how they still have, it looks like the OG logos, just in general.
Oh yeah, the old school.
This looks like from the 80s type.
Old school Faygo.
Yeah, gotta do it. Yeah, I could chug that. That's dangerous.
Yeah.
For somebody who may be trying to open like their own version of this, whatever cuisine it may be, what's maybe some of the challenges or something that you would suggest for them? When you did something along the way you would have done different, any sort of advice?
One is definitely partnering up with the right people. You can definitely do it alone, but I would say, you know, from running my food truck and trying to do that alone, it's a lot more challenging. And there's operators out there who've done it, but you find the really strong restaurants have somebody that they can trust and bounce ideas off of. It helps you get going because you'll figure out answers quicker because you may not know things that your partner might. I'm fortunate to have a really good one here, multiple of them.
2 things I'm thankful for and then the food. What are 2 things you're thankful for?
You know, I'm thankful that we were able to bring a slice of Detroit out here. I've met so many cool people along my journey, locals from here and so many transplants from Michigan. And it's like, you know, I really think it is the relationships that you build that make it worth it in any business. So I'm thankful for everybody who's came into my life since I've moved out to LA. And then, you know, I'm thankful for my family, my girlfriend, my friends. I'm thankful for all those people in my life too. Because without them, it's like, if there's nobody to share it with, then what's the point of doing it, some say. I definitely kind of adhere to that mindset, and I like being able to share my successes and my failures with the people that I love, so.
I love that. It's phenomenal, bro.
Appreciate it.
This might be my favorite because the sauce just stands out so much. And that crispiness, fluffiness on the inside, can't really beat that at all. Stay up, stay tuned, stay eating. And we gotta stamp it. We out. See y'all on the next one.